welcome to another episode of the Philosophy Podcast. I am your host, Controversy, and to my right, ladies and gentlemen, my co-host, none other than Mr.
Darren Love!
And together, we are the Philosophy Podcast. Thank you to you guys for tuning in to a brand new episode. Thank you for tuning in once again this week, guys. And without further ado, like we always say, what is on the agenda for this week, mate? What is today's
hot topic?
That's it. What are we talking about today, mate?
I thought we were talking about improvements today.
Improvements?
Yeah, but, you know.
I like it, mate.
Yeah.
Good choice, mate. Good choice of topic. What are your thoughts, what are your opinions then, mate, on improvements?
Well, I think there's a lot of different ways we can improve in life, you know, including yourself.
Yeah.
You know, like...
Self-improvement.
There's no good eating too much and getting too big. So you've got, you know, like, if you've got a big body, you've got more to feed in a kind of way. There's a problem. But I think, like, there's lots and lots of different ways to improve, really.
Yeah.
You know, I try to improve on my life every day that goes by. It's no good staying in bed every day, is it, really?
No.
You know, you've got to get up and work at your life to improve it, really.
Make the most of the day.
I feel like the more you do in one day, the more you're going to improve it. Not necessarily, because sometimes you can sort of be doing something which is a total waste of time.
Yeah.
In a funny way, you know. But you've got to be, I think you've got to be intelligent.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, every day I wake up, I think, what should I do next? You know, is it time to sort of start cleaning myself and making myself presentable to everyone? You know, and because I think you've got to do that now and again. And you're improving by having a haircut, for instance, aren't you? You're making yourself look a little bit better to everyone else, and so on. What's your opinions then about it?
Very much, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much what you said at the beginning really is that there's so many different ways that you can kind of improve yourself as a person, etc. You know, it's just about what you. It's for me when it comes to it. But okay, if we're going to talk about self-improvement, it's all about self-analysis. You know, you have to reevaluate yourself every so often to make sure that you are the person that you say you are. You know. It's like, okay, you might evolve and change as a person, let's say for example, but some things will always stay the same in terms of like your morals, your principles, and certain other things might always stay the same, if you see what I mean. Certain things that you hold close to your heart and true to your heart, like your integrity, and various things might, you know, those things should always stay intact. You know, those are things that you can't compromise on, so to speak.
You can't change your childhood memories, can you? You know, they belong to you in a kind of way, your memories.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I think that's one thing you can't change in life, is what you've done in the past.
Yeah.
I think. And like say, you learn by your mistakes, don't we? And sometimes I've made mistakes in life, big ones, you know, like for instance getting married. And I learn from it and I think, oh, I'm not going to do that one again, you know, whatever. Yeah. And we go forward in that way, don't we?
Yeah. Mistakes are just lessons, essentially. All I say to people, like all the time, like it's okay to make a mistake, but it's repeating. If you continuously repeat the same thing, the same mistake, that's when you got a problem. Because, like they say, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and over and over and expecting different results. That is literally the definition of insanity. So. Yeah, it's just about, like I said, reevaluation of yourself, you know, self-analysis, you know, trying to figure out what your flaws are as a person, as an individual. And there's lots of different areas of your life you can work on. You can work on your physical health, meaning like you could exercise, you know, a few days a week, go to the gym. And then you can look after your mental health by, you know, making sure you get enough like downtime to kind of like relax and, you know, have time for yourself to kind of like think and, you know, balance out yourself as a person and, you know, have time to enjoy what you like doing, if you see what I mean, whether it be going, you know, whatever your hobbies are, or reading a book, or, you know, there's certain things that you could do, like even, or even, you know, there's, you know, lots of different things you could do for your mental health, even physical exercise has been proven to help people's mental health as well. You know, the two are kind of like conjoined, if you see what I mean. So yeah, there's lots of different things you could do to help your mental health. You know, making sure you, for some people it might be therapy even. You know, some people like to go and talk to someone every week about, you know, their life and their problems, and you know, everyone's different. Everyone's got their own, you know, way of kind of venting and kind of releasing, you know, what they're dealing with in life. You know, so yeah, yeah, just about, you know, yeah, being brutally honest with yourself, and then coming up with a solution as to how you're gonna change the flaws in your life about yourself that you don't like, and how you're gonna address it and how you're gonna deal with it going forward. Yeah.
Like, so, you know, like cooking, for instance. You know, you can improve on that as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Computers. Learning about them. You know, like it's taken me a long time actually to learn what I know.
Yeah.
Anyway, you know. I try to improve my computer as well, so it works better.
Yeah.
And I just work on problems really. I mean, it's like my computer, it did go wrong this week, you know, it didn't start up, so I had to wipe the whole disk and put all the software on there, all the drivers on there. But I tell you what, it's taken me years to learn how to do it, because it's not the first time this has happened to me, do you know what I mean? You know, I mean, since computers come out, I've had problems year after year with them, and it's taken me a really long time really to understand how to sort of do it all, if you sort of mean. And it's been a bit of a headache, but it's kind of becomes easy once you learn how to do it, you see. That's what I find anyway. It's like my video editing software. When I first went on it, I thought it wasn't easy for me, you know. It just took me days to learn how to do.
Well, it's something that's it's something that's almost foreign to you, isn't it? So
yeah, I mean, you can remember when I first got it, can't you? We were sort of like doing videos together, and we were kind of like trying to work out together, you know. But now when I do it, I'm really fast, and I kind of know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I kind of understand the software now. You know, I know how to reverse it and all this, you know, because when you first get on the software, you don't know where the reverse button is.
Yeah.
You have to sort of find it, and slowly your mind sort of becomes part of it in a kind of way. So it's sort of like connected, and you understand it.
Yes.
And it's when you understand something really, you can smile and it becomes easy.
Yeah.
In life, you know. I think everything, you know, like say some people can't cook, and that's a problem. If you can't cook, I feel like it's a problem, because you just got to rely on other people. And you know, like if you're going to rely on other people to do things for you, just don't feel like you're going to be so happy in life.
Well, I'm a big believer, right? I hate people saying can't, mate. That's the thing. I think, like they say, that old saying of, as everyone's always, you know, even growing up, I remember even my mum saying it to me, can't is a man who never tried. You know? I think people don't understand really in life that when you choose to dedicate yourself to something, yeah, as long as you invest your time and your energy and whatever else into something, doing something, no matter how long it takes, whether it be months or years or whatever, eventually you will become good at it, regardless of whatever it is you're doing, whether it's, you know, no matter what it is you're doing in life, as long as you apply yourself to something and you put the right investment into it, eventually you'll become good at it. Whether it's a sport, whether it's music, whether it's whatever, you know, it's inevitable. You know,
a lot of people give up.
That's the problem. That's the problem. People don't. A lot of people today like instantaneous results.
They don't like problems for one. A lot of people, right? So they don't sort them out.
Well, people today too, because I think of how fast-paced the world is today and how fast everything does move in terms of like social media and everything else. I think a lot of people want instantaneous results. And if they don't get,
they want to learn in 1 week or 1 day.
They want success overnight. You know what I mean? They don't understand that for something that happens. You know, that happens to very few people, where they actually get like a very, you know, successful blow up kind of like instantly. Most people have to work hard and grind for everything they want, whether it's going to school to become an engineer, even. You know, you've got people out there who've got dreams to become an architect, want to build houses and you know, buildings and, you know, skyscrapers and all sorts of, you know. they had a, they had a graph to do in order to be able to be able to do that, in order to get qualified, and etc., in order to be able to fulfill their dream. Everything takes hard work. A lot of people want the shortcut, and the reality is that there is no shortcut to your own individual success. And most people too, that you'll realise too, if you really analyse most of the successful people in life today, you'll realise that these people are still going. These people are still working hard. These people are still waking up every single day, early in the morning, and grafting like they haven't got anything. Meanwhile, they're billionaires. You've got billionaires who are, on their shit every single day, So it's just a mindset thing. It just depends on your mindset. The reality is that in life, most people won't make it. And it is purely given on the simple fact of what you said just now. People give up. People lose motivation, and people lose interest quickly. A lot of people today can't focus on certain things for more than 5-10 minutes. They lose interest very quickly, So
progress is smiling.
Yeah.
One. I think that's great progress, actually. Just smiling, just stop and smiling, and it's a big step.
Yeah.
There's some people forget how to be happy.
Yeah.
And I think trying to keep yourself happy constantly is quite a hard job to do.
Yeah.
I think it's really important to keep happy in life, and keep yourself entertained or amused, or keep being creative, I think, and keep making progress. I think that's how you move forward, really. When it's like art, okay, I feel like it's one subject I've always been good at, well, from a very, very, very young, from the age of 7. So I used to love drawing.
Yeah.
And all the teachers started saying, wow, they were impressed with my art. And over the years, I improved. Now I do digital art.
Yeah.
And I love it. And I've been doing digital art for quite a long time, 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it. I'm improving every time I do a bit of art. Every year I'm improving.
Yeah.
Somehow, because one, I'm learning how to use the software better, and my imagination's growing as well each year. I think our imagination does grow each year. It's sort of like every day we wake up, we don't realise it, but we're taking in so much.
Yeah.
For our ears, eyes, or whatever. Each day we kind of make a little bit of more progress, or each day where our imagination is growing bigger. I think we don't realise it, because we've got another day, a year to remember now. Every year that goes by, you've got another year to remember. So yeah.
All I will say to people is, one of the main things in life, as I always talk about, is trying to become the best version of yourself. And in order to do that, you have to be brutally honest with yourself. And you need to, like I said before, you need to get like a pen and a paper. You get some pen and a paper and write down on it the list of things about yourself that write down all your qualities, good and bad. Yeah, be very honest with yourself. Write down all your qualities, both good and bad, on a piece of paper, and then right next to it put 2 tick boxes, yes and no. And it's up to you then to decide which these qualities that you want to work on. Some people, they might be lazy in life. You get a lot of people who are lazy. They don't want to do anything in life. They have no motivation to do anything whatsoever, but just chill out every single day and literally contribute nothing to themselves or society. And if they're happy like that, then fine, fair play to them. But to me, I've always been the type of person that I've always been that way inclined, so I always encourage people to do the same thing, really, and that is to work on yourself. Don't be afraid to be honest with yourself and say, listen, there's things about myself that I don't like. I'm not happy about certain things in my life. I know that I could improve in these different areas of my life. And that's when the real change begins, when you first identify the problem or problems that you've got. And then you're able to say, okay, these are the steps that I'm now going to take in order to change these things about myself. So let's say someone is an alcoholic, let's say for example. If they know they've got a serious problem, they identify the problem, say, listen, I know that I've got a problem with alcohol, so now I need to take the steps in order to be, in order to overcome this alcoholism. I now have to take these necessary steps to move forward and progress towards becoming, overcoming that addiction and becoming then the better version of themselves again. If you see what I mean, when they're sober and free from that addiction that they wanted to be free from. But it takes hard work again too. It's not an easy process. It's one of those things too when it comes to addiction. Let's say for example, like I'm talking about, it's a long process for a lot of people. Sometimes it takes years before they can finally kind of feel like they're over their addictions and free from it, not getting any temptations anymore, not having any triggers to go back to to relapsing. So yeah, there's lots of different ways you can improve on yourself, but it's just identifying. First you have to identify, and then you have to rectify. That's how you have to go.
I think everyone's learning very slowly in life. It's like when I was younger, I think at the age of 10, okay,
Yeah.
I'm nearly 60 now, whatever, but when I was at the age of 10, my aunties would have parties and I'd be drinking, and I didn't think anything of it, and so when I left school I was still drinking, and when I was 30 I was still drinking. It's only sort of like, I think 6 years ago I actually sort of decided to completely knock it off on the edge.
Okay.
It's something that I got kind of like thought, as a child, and smoking as well, because today that's something I enjoy doing, and I know it's one of my faults.
Yeah.
But I enjoy it, and I know that one day I want to sort of work on that, if you sort of mean, and try to quit it, because it's, I'm getting a bit too old to smoke now, I know that if I carry on smoking, that my lifespan probably won't be as long as I want it to be, if you sort of mean.
Yeah.
If you want to live a long life, you've got to look after yourself. Really,
Of course, yeah.
Smoking's no good for you really at the end of the day, is it? If you see what I mean.
Yeah.
So I know my faults, and I think we all do.
Exactly.
We all do, and I think, like I say, I got to work on that in the future. But overall, I feel quite happy. Other than that,
Yes.
I think it's one of my only faults in a kind of way, because I feel like I don't steal.
Yeah.
For one, I'm quite honest, and I try to be as helpful as possible to most people, and yeah, there's a lot of improvements you can make in life. On your home, for instance, you got to make life easier for yourself, and
more comfortable,
and you got to make it easier somehow, and that's what I work at every day, to make my life easier. So I do as much as possible every day. I work, I stand up, and I keep fighting every problem that comes to me. I will fight it. It's no good, and even like computers, which I don't really like really, like especially sort of sorting them out, all the, I like playing on them, I like doing artwork. I don't like sort of configuring them, but I kind of know how to do it, because I've been doing it for a number of years. But I'm glad that I do know to do it, because I would have been there, I'd probably have to sort of ask somebody else to do it, if you sort of mean, and I like to sort out computers. My computer looks like how I want it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I've learned how to do it. It's taken me a number of years, but I could probably teach somebody within one day now.
Yeah.
And it's taken me years to learn.
Learn how to configure it all,
it's taken me hours, to be honest with you, but like I say, once you learn how to do something, it will become simple.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, it took me probably 30 hours to get my computer back.
Okay.
From,
Yeah.
and I had to install the printer, do this,
And endless
Oh, it's
possible.
endless, you know. But you know, I think it took me 30 hours to get through, you know, and that was quick.
Yeah.
And I'm just pleased I've done it now. You know,
Yeah.
it's improvement.
Mm.
I feel like, because I had a virus on it or something, you know, and every time I sort of played in something like my media player, it kept stopping, and, you know, and other problems as well.
Yeah.
But anyway, you know, I'm pleased that I've wiped it all, and it's all working brilliantly again, you know, if you sort of mean. And I can sort of now do artwork or do music or learn about video, you know, because I know that when I do some music sometimes, which I did yesterday, I like to put a video to it now. And I know that every time I do this, I'm just learning something little maybe, you know, but I know that every time I'm doing it, I'm improving. I just know I am, so that's why I don't give up, you know, I keep working. And any problems I get, anything, I will, it's like a war to me, you know, I won't give up. And it's like, today I don't feel like I've got many problems.
Yeah.
Really, you know. I think we all got problems. I'm not rich, you know, I'm not a millionaire.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
I think, you know, and I feel like I could sort of improve my bank account somehow, you know, and work on that in the future, you know. And I think like there's so many things we can work at.
Yeah.
I feel like now I've worked at certain things in my life now I can sort of start playing.
Yeah.
And maybe working on my bank account, you know, getting it a bit better than it is today, you know.
Yeah.
Because I'm fed up being poor.
Yeah.
You know. I mean,
Yeah.
that would improve your life, wouldn't it? You know, sort of winning some money.
Yeah.
In a big way.
What was I gonna say?
Well, you could give up your job.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, yeah. You like, well, depending on the quantity of the amount of money that you win, it could, yeah.
Yeah, if you won the lottery, you know, like 10 million, you know, you can completely give up your job, just phone up your boss or something and say sorry, you know, just won the money. And they say, I understand.
They would understand. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
Yeah.
You know, but money will improve your life, won't it? You know, in a big way.
Yeah.
It will probably give you a longer lifespan. To be honest with you, you know, because you can relax a lot more, get people to, you know,
work
where you can go out and get your meals.
Yeah.
You don't have to spend time cooking anymore or washing up and kind of like you
lots of things.
Get everyone to do it for you.
Yeah.
And because everyone's doing everything for you,
you can focus on enjoying your life.
You know, even my computer. If I had £1 billion, I'd just get somebody else to, you know, and go to the beach.
Yeah.
Really, you see what I mean? You know?
Yeah.
If I had the money, I'd get, you know, it really improves your life.
Oh, of course, yeah. That's why they call it financial freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It improves. You can relax. You don't have to go to work. You can get more sleep in. You know, I mean, be honest, I'm not rich, but I'm rich for time because as I've said in previous episodes, I'm retired now.
Yeah.
And it's quite nice because I don't deprive myself of sleep anymore. That's for sure. Because I used to when I was working, and I feel like, as I've said in previous episodes, whatever, sleep's really, really important. And I feel like a lot of people are depriving themselves out here, big time. And when you deprive yourself of sleep, that's not improving yourself, you know, because you won't function properly, if you sort of mean. Your body, or your mind, or your mental, you know, you just can't function when you're tired, somehow. You won't function 100%, so, depending on how tired you are. And I just feel like making progress, really, in life is having a good sleep. Making sure you have good sleep.
Yeah. Making
sure you have a bath every day, keeping yourself clean. And just keep busy in one way or another. Work on keep your house clean, just, you know, mop the floor, do everything.
Yeah.
You know, just keep busy and keep working at it. And sometimes you'll be able to sit down and write a song or something, or write a book. You know, but you just got to keep going in life. You know, like I say, I feel that some people spend too much time in bed.
Yeah.
And you're just not getting anywhere really.
Yeah, you gotta be productive. You've got to have a balance, you know.
Well, I do love sleep, I must admit, right? But you know, you've got got to sort of be disciplined with it. You
Yeah.
know, like I go to sleep at a certain time, and I don't get no problem sleeping. And I wake up and I go in the bath. You know, just force myself to do these things, and it's quite nice and relaxing actually if you follow the rules in a funny way of nature. I feel. I feel like a lot of people can't follow the rules because they're just too busy.
Yeah.
Or too, like say, entertainment. You know, like it kind of takes over. It can take over your life sometimes, and you just got to be disciplined about that one too if you want to improve life. Because it's no good. Sorry, watching football all day and just entertaining yourself with films hour after hour, because you're not making progress on yourself, you see. You know, so you just got to keep, the more you keep away from, because to be honest with you, I don't really like going to any sports or anything, you know, it doesn't, I can see it's fun, but I'd rather focus on myself, you see, you know, my own, you know, I entertain myself basically. You know, I don't really need other people to entertain me to keep myself happy.
Yeah.
You know, I could go in the cupboard and be happy. That's what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've learned how to be happy without any entertainment whatsoever, if you sort of mean.
Yeah.
And I feel like people need to sort of be very disciplined about what they enjoy. You know, you got to kind of like give up what you love in a kind of way to enjoy it more. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. It does. Yeah. Yeah. Well, when you're the busier you are and the less time that you have for you know, your own things that you like to do, you know, that you do in your spare time that you enjoy, you know, like your hobbies, like I said earlier, your hobbies, or, you know, for some people it's, they like to get home from work, and after work they like to, you know, have some food and watch Netflix, let's say, for example, and just watch a series or a film or something to help them chill out, you know. Everyone's got their own way of just kind of, you know, decompressing after.
Sex is a good one, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, yeah, definitely. But yeah, everyone's got their own vices and shit of how they decompress and, you know, release their stress and deal with their stress, you know. But yeah, I always say to people too, when it comes to stress, no matter how much stress you're under or what you're going through in life, you should always try your best to never project that onto other people, you know. I'm the type of person, I might say that because personally I'm the type of person that I've always dealt with my problems pretty much by myself. I've always been that way inclined, and that works for some people, but for some people that doesn't. Like, I've always been the type of person that I'll be aware of my problems and I'll know what I need to do to fix them and whatever else, but I won't really ever talk about it or whatever, because in my head I already got the solution as to what I need to do to fix it, if you see what I mean. But for some people, they need to talk to people. You know, they need to vent, they need to get it out, because otherwise it drives them crazy. So we're all different, you know, in that way.
Yeah, personally, I like sorting my own problems out, really.
Yeah, same. I've always been that way inclined, like, you know. I've always, been focused on my own, you know. Don't get me wrong.